You are now tuned in to Go Time Dolphins with Charlie Touche and Kadeem Simmons, the Miami Dolphins podcast that's for the fans and by the fans.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. Go. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Go. Don't waste no time.
The Miami Dolphins preseason has concluded, but not before Miami offense went on full display. The Dolphins defeated the Philadelphia Eagles 48-10 in the preseason finale at Hard Rock Stadium. Hoping to carry this momentum into the regular season, Miami's Week 1 opponent will be a familiar foe. Who will find a home on the 53-man roster? Will the Tua and Tyreek connection exceed expectations? Does Miami have a viable Coach of the Year candidate in Mike McDaniel? These are questions that are about to be answered. Fins up, Fin fans. Now back to Charlie and Kadeem.
It's a mixed time to be a Dolphins fan, and it's only right and respectful to start in one place. Saturday night, the Dolphins lost their Senior Vice President, Communications and Community Affairs Officer, Jason Jenkins. He meant a lot to the entire Dolphins organization. I think a lot of people didn't realize how much he'd done both on and off the field. I never met him personally, never spoke to him personally, but I do know that our friends over at the Dolphin UK podcast, including 5 Yard Lee, I believe Jason was the one who reached out to them about joining the Miami Dolphins network, and it's hit them hard, as well as the rest of the Dolphins community, the Dolphins organization. Such sudden loss like that, there's no way to comprehend or to even put it into words. So, I'm sure I speak for the Go Time Dolphins team. Condolences to Jason Jenkins' family, and just a horrible situation to find ourselves in on the eve of the season.
Yeah, man. Shout out to our friends over at Dolphin UK. Reached out to Lee today, and that's never cool. You know what I'm saying? You have a friend that has an opportunity, and that same person and Jason Jenkins that put that deal together for our friends over at the Dolphin UK to have that link no longer with us or here. It's like, man, my heart goes out to everyone, the Jenkins family, Dolphin UK family, everybody. But we about to get to it. How do you make that transition, right? Yeah. But it's Go Time Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins podcast that goes not only across the pond, but across the world. I'm your boy, Charlie Touche. I got my co-host, Kadeem Simmons, with me. It's always for the fans and by the fans. Your favorite podcast. And today we got a guest on the show, and we're not just chopping up just, regular Dolphin stuff no more. We got a preseason game, the last preseason game of the season, regular season games ahead. Let's bring in my new favorite guest of the podcast, DraftKings Jason. What's up, Jason? How you doing?
Very well, guys. How are you? You good?
Man, we got to get the DraftKings Jason in your name title, bro, instead of just Jason. DraftKings Jason. It's like a niche. You know what I'm saying?
It is. I'll get it changed. I'll get working on that.
Hey, for any of our American listeners, we got the home improvement vibe. If anybody remembers home improvement, when I can't remember the neighbor's name, and I'm on a podcast right now with two boys from England, like they not gonna help me out. So
is it Hank?
Nah, it wasn't Hank. It was is it Hank? No,
if it's Hank, then
it's Hank, but I don't think it's Hank. So it's a home improvement. Y'all know what home improvement was if you from the States. It's a little sitcom that Wilson used to hide behind the fence. Like, you can never see his face. You can only see like this much of his face. So yeah, man, DraftKings Jason got the Wilson vibe going on right now. he got to remain anonymous because he's gonna help us out with some of these bets. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? Let me not say it like that. Let me not say it like that. I don't want to get
Have
the
an easy job. Like, let's not do that.
But hey, man, what's up, Jason? How you been?
Yeah, just first of all, want to reiterate what you said. Heart goes out to everyone connected to Jason Jenkins and his family, and it is a sad time. And obviously, I've spoken with 5 Yard Lee today as well. And yeah, I mean, I didn't know or have any communication with him personally, but these things hit home when it's just a human being so young losing their life. It's tough to bear in whatever situation, and the fact he was a Dolphin as well, it's hard to take. But flip side of that, the Dolphins went out and performed for him last night. Played a great preseason game. So, yeah, I mean, look at the positives, I guess. And yeah, looking forward to breaking down last night's game with you boys.
Yeah, hey, man. So I don't know how much of the broadcast you guys are privy to. I know you guys get to watch the game, right?
Yeah.
Do you get all the post game stuff like the media scrum? You know, Tua talks and coach talks. Do you get that as well, or do you just get the game?
We get that all on social media.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you get it like during the like, you know, we just keep watching and it goes straight into it. I can understand why you guys have to find it on social media. But man, I didn't know we was gonna go into it like this, but since we could do this transition, it's healthier to do it this way. But Coach McDaniel, bro, like I was like, dang, man, this dude been here 2 months. You know what I'm saying? And his heart is broken. Like he's already trying to do, you know, damage control with the team. The team didn't know until after the game, actually. So everybody's like, yo, coach didn't tell us till after the game. You feel me? That's crazy. And so he had the poker face the whole game. And then he had to stand up in front of the media and do all that. Man, my heart goes out to coach and everybody else. But it was just crazy how he was able to keep it together and then break down everything he broke down. So anybody listening to the podcast, y'all check out Coach McDaniel, Mike McDaniel, post game after the Eagles preseason game. That was just it lets you know where relationships were and where they are. And yes, a team sport, but it's a family environment. So to make the real transition now, can you imagine? For me, I feel like there's nothing better than a team playing with a purpose. You know what I'm saying? When you're playing team sports, you lose a quarterback for the season. You just be like, oh, we're going to go win it for the quarterback. Oh, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. Not to tie it like that, but it is something to be said about a team playing with a purpose. So hopefully these boys can get over the hump and turn it. Since DraftKings Jason is here, parlay it into something else. But Jason, man, I want to ask you, where's your panic meter now, bro? Last time we had you on the show with 5 Yard Lee, you were the panic person. Like, hey, I'm panicking, and I don't know about this, I don't know about that. Now that we got you back, where's your panic meter now?
My only panic meter now is I didn't buy enough Dolphins to win the AFC East, to win the conference, to win the Super Bowl. No, I mean, I flipped last night. After the first drive, I was ready to crown us. I mean, it was great to watch. Again, today had time to reflect on it, context, and all the boring normal stuff. But I mean, it was a great first drive. It was great to see the starters on the field. It was just great to see us moving the ball with ease and having players running downfield, because we haven't been used to that under Flores. And as I've said before, I was a Flores fan in that he got us to win games, but it's nice seeing these plays that other teams are making on us on 3rd and 8, other than just checking it down. We've now got playmakers who can go get the first down. So I think that was the biggest takeaway for me, just the change in mentality, the change in direction, and you can see the togetherness in the team, and it's a great thing to watch.
What did you make of the game last night, Kadeem?
So we spoke briefly off air, and I was saying that, you know, for anyone who follows me on social media, you would have seen me post videos like I'm at this massive party, and it had just happened to be in my back garden. So there's like 150 people in my back garden. We've got a DJ, we've got, you know, people serving food, we've got a cocktail bar. Like we throw parties. That's all I'm saying.
Hold on. We throw parties. So you had a party, Kadeem, at your crib?
Yeah.
And I didn't get an invite.
I would have loved to have invited you. Literally, this morning I was like, I would love to have Charlie Touche, LB, I love you guys, have you guys here. However, you guys are in a whole nother country.
Oh,
So
no. See, but you can at least send the invite, though, bro. And I could be like, hey, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not going to make it. But you didn't even give me the invite, bro.
I understand what you're saying, but like that would have been, if anything, like, hey, Charlie, I'm having this party. Like, listen, stuff will be revealed. I've only got one party coming up over the next few years, which you are going to be at. And that's the one that I need you to be at. Like, so that's the one where you will get the invite, and it's like, okay, cool, Charlie, you will be there. Like, it's all good. But so I'm having this party. Charlie's now disappointed. Sorry about that. And I'm like, the Dolphins are playing, but I can't not be, entertaining my friends and family and stuff like that.
Lies. I'll give you a pass because it's preseason, but anybody who throws a party on the game day, they need to know, like, if I'm throwing a party on the game day, there's a very good chance I'm gonna be intermittent. Like, yo, I'm be here, but I'm not here. But my bad, Kadeem. I'm gonna let you tell your story, bro.
No, that's cool. So I tune in. I'm like, you know what? Let me have a quick look at the score, and I see 17-0, and I'm like, okay, that's quite a good start. I then go back and look at the opening drive, and I was just like, this is even better. And I did put, I'm drinking alcohol. I'm like, this has just made me even more. I'm like, oh my day, this is just brilliant. It's like the Dolphins, Mike McDaniel too, are just like, you know what? Tyreek Hill's in the field. We're going to show you what Tyreek Hill in the field looks like in Miami, and it just looked beautiful. And I don't know if you've seen it. Have you seen the post-match interview with the Eagles corner, Kevon Wallace?
No, I haven't.
It is hilarious. And it's hilarious for one reason. I'll quickly show you. I believe Kevon Wallace is the one who is matched up against Tyreek Hill, and it wasn't fair. It wasn't fair to put this kid on Tyreek Hill. He left.
He couldn't even grab him. He tried to hold him, and he couldn't even grab him. Hey, you know what? Let's do this again. Let's do this. We always blow it, Kadeem. So the Miami Dolphins defeat the Philadelphia Eagles 48-10 in the preseason. Now let's keep going. My bad, Kadeem. Like, what kind of host are we?
You're right. This is Kevon Wallace after the game. If you're not watching on YouTube, head over to YouTube. We've got some graphics. Look at Kevon Wallace after the game. He says, I've never seen somebody that fast in my life. He's like, I gave him like 5 yards and he just blew past me. Tua hits him on a deep ball, to Tyreek on a deep ball. People are saying he underthrew it, all that kind of stuff. People are just not happy. But if you're not watching on YouTube, Kevon Wallace has his whole right side iced up. It's like he's been in a 60-minute ladder match with The Rock, Stone Cold, and Triple H. He's played one game. It wasn't even a full game. He played, Tyreek Hill was on the field for 1, maybe 2 drives. And Kevon Wallace looks like he has been in a Royal Rumble match. He looks finished. Jason, what do you make of that opening drive and this picture of Kevon Wallace?
Yeah, I saw that quote today, and it's always something when you get quotes like this, because there's no more confident people than in sports. And when you get a confident person who's happy to admit he's just given up a massive play, and he's that complimentary about the receiver, you know there's got to be truth in it. And you can go by 40 times, but there's nothing more exciting than someone who can show that speed in game with pads. And I've never seen it in the flesh. I haven't seen Tyreek Hill in the flesh, but it's something that I really want to do, because I think the way people speak about him, the way his opposition speak about him, it's got to be something special. So it's good to see, and just to know that we've got this weapon it's an incredible feeling.
Bro. All right, the ball was kind of underthrown. I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of underthrown, but I'm not tripping on the pass. Yeah, everybody know I'm pro Tua over here. But I'm not defender of all things Tua. And to be very clear, there were some other decisions he made in this game, and I'm pointing at the TV like, what are you doing, bro? Like, I'm looking at the TV like, hold on, Tua. You know what I'm saying? It was third and I want to say 10 or 14. It was third and long. We were behind the sticks. Third and long. I kind of want to say it was like third and 14. And Tua elected to go. There's an over and an under. Gesicki came out the flat in the under. Would have caught the ball 8 yards short of the first down, but he had nobody there. So he would have got it to about. He could have got the first down maybe, or he could have came 2 yards short of the first down. And anyone listening saying, well, why would you want to be 2 yards short of the first down? It's not the fact that it was 2 yards short of the first down. It was 10 yards closer than a 55-yard field goal. It would have been a 45-yard field goal instead of a 55-yard field goal. However, Jason Sanders nailed it. So it's for nothing. But at the same time, I am looking at that decision that Tua made. I'm like, I don't know, bro. But we'll see what happens in the regular season. It's preseason. Maybe he was like, I wouldn't do that in a regular season game. Maybe he's thinking that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I seen that, and there was I think there was the underthrow, there was that decision, but I'm still here. I'm still ready to tell Jason, hey, we need a Tua prop straight up. So, and I'm seconding Jason when he said, yeah, I don't have enough regular season bets on the Dolphins, and I might have to change that within the next 2 weeks because the season's about to start, and you know, Go Time Dolphins gonna tell you what to do and what not to do, or what bets to make and what bets not to make, man. But that's what's up, man. What else you got, Kadeem?
Yeah, to kind of go back to what you and Jason said about, you know, not having enough bets on the Dolphins. This is a Dolphins team which that was the first time we saw Tua and Tyreek Hill on the field together. But again, we haven't seen Teron Armstead. There's no Jalen Waddle. There's no Raheem Mostert. And there's no Alec Ingold. These are 4 starters who are going to come to the team and improve. And that opened the drives, the series that Tua was in, he just looked like this is the Tua that we wanted to see. Like that opening drive was, I genuinely don't think I can remember the Dolphins looking that seamless going down the field. It's like opening drive, 55-yard bomb. Next play, roll out, Tyreek Hill. It's like, oh my day, this is amazing. Then you got the pardon?
Raheem Mostert.
Yeah, that Mostert one, and then that touchdown. It's just like that was easy. I keep on saying this. I remember having a conversation with other Dolphins fans, you know, on this platform, off this platform. The Dolphins don't make drives look that easy. It's normally an absolute struggle. There's no, you know, there's no downfield bombs. It's like 13 plays, 80 yards, and just about getting to the end zone. That was just like easy peasy. That it was and again, it's just preseason. Listen, I don't care no more. Like that's, you know, I know a former Miami Dolphins beat writer was like, why is Mike McDaniel showing all of these plays a week, you know, before he played the Patriots? Dude, shut up, man. Like
I thought about that too, though. I'm like, man, we couldn't come out the first game of the season, like the first play of the season, the long ball. That's out the window now. We can't do that now.
But like I said, it's assuming you get Jalen Waddle and Teron Armstead and stuff like that. Like that was with just Tyreek Hill in the field. You add Jalen Waddle, like you don't know what Waddle's going to be doing opposite to Tyreek Hill. What do you think, Jason? Do you think the Dolphins show too much, or there's still so much more to come that you're again? Where's your panic meter right now?
I don't think Jason is like the best person to ask for this. He's just geeked up. You know what I'm saying? He's just like, yo, give me some more of this stuff. Go ahead, Jay.
That's it. Yeah, keep rolling it. No, so it's a game of chess, right? So we've first playing a preseason game, we found Tyreek Hill for a 51-yard gain. So week one of the season against the Patriots, they take a man out of the box to cover the deep ball, and we run Edmonds or Mostert for 12 yards. Like that's the thing that I'm most excited about this team is you take away one of our threats, and then we've got another one, and then another one, and then another one. Whether it's take away Hill, then we've got Waddle. If you take away the speed guys, then we've got Gesicki or Wilson. If you take away the passing game completely, then we've got Edmonds, then we've got Mostert. And Tua, who's a mobile quarterback as well. He's proven time again that he can make first downs with his legs. And that's what I like most. And so obviously, for my job, I have to judge preseason as it is and make adjustments on teams and ratings and things like that. And you can't ignore the fact when you've got a composed quarterback in the pocket, when you're giving your quarterback time, when your starters are out there. And yeah, we were playing a second string Eagles team. Like, let's not get that mistaken. But the pockets were clean. Tua was accurate. He was composed. And I mean, I'm sure we'll pick it up later on in the show. But the running backs, I mean, all of them went for big yards and big gains and big yards per carries. And that's what you want to see out of a team pre-season. And I mean, we flipped to the other side of the ball as well, and that's just lovely to watch. And we just signed Trey Flowers and strengthen that department again, something I'm sure we'll get into. But just where are the weaknesses? Depth. If you say depth is a weakness, then it's a weakness for every team in the NFL. So yeah, I'm not panicking. I'm excited. As I said, the only panic I've got on now is that I haven't put enough money on the Dolphins this season.
Hold on. That's too funny because I'm watching the game and I'm thinking the same thing. Maybe it's the betters mentality. I don't know. But listen, I sat here on this podcast many times, many times. I said, if anyone ever comes out single high safety, we're audible and we're checking out of whatever we got called and we're going over the top. To be fair, they weren't even stacking the box on that play. It was two high safeties. It was too high. And I rewinded. Like I'm over here looking like the coach with my clicker in my hand. Like I'm just, you know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at the play, and the way that they took out the second safety was they ran whoever was on the front side of the play straight at the other safety on the other hash. So now he has to honor this cross coming across his face as opposed to helping out with Tyreek Hill over the top. So if we're gonna do that with too high safety, bruh. This is gonna be. I got Tyreek Hill in fantasy, by the way. I'm just saying that. I already did one of my fantasy drafts, the most important one, and I already picked him up. Like I'm all in on Tyreek Hill. Man, bro. But Raheem Mostert comes out. He gets a couple carries and looks like Matthew Berry says Raheem must start, bro. Mike McDaniel said he was gonna work him in slowly. It looks like he's ready to go. What you think, Kadeem?
Yeah, I was going to kind of talk about the run game overall. It just looked like I can understand, people saying why did the Dolphins show so much, pre-Patriots and stuff like that. It looked like no matter what running back you put in the game last night, they just went off. Jared Doak was the thing last night, and I was like, okay, cool. Friend of the podcast, Mars Gaskin, every single person, including Raheem Mostert, were just like breaking runs or the defensive line got pushed, and like the first contact wasn't until the second level and stuff like that. So most of it looks like someone who's just raring to go. And I think the Dolphins as a team in general look like a team that are ready for the season. I think it was after the Raiders game, someone asked Tua, is the team ready? And like, yeah, the team's ready for for the season to start. Which is funny because you also had a situation where Tua said, he hasn't mastered the playbook or whatever it was. And again, it's like, you guys haven't mastered the playbook, haven't got a full team out there, but you guys look like you're just ready to hit the ground running. And most of it looked great. The one game in general just looked really good against the Eagles. And like we said, yeah, it's just the Eagles' second string, whatever it was. But it was just great to see a rotation of guys coming in, being productive, and it genuinely means, I think we've got to make our cuts by Tuesday, I think it is.
Yeah,
that running back room,
4 p.m.
Yeah, that running back room can look so interesting because based on Saturday night's, production, I don't know who you could cut. I think every single person made a valid point to, be on that 53-man roster. What do you think, Jason?
Yeah, hard to argue with any of that. Mostert is someone that I've really liked for the past few years. His speed is so underrated. I mean, everyone's been talking about Hill and Waddle having a race all off season, and I'm like, Mostert will come second. If the three of them had a race, at worst, Mostert's coming second. Like if I was pricing that up, Mostert would not be the outsider of those three. He is a fast man, and his health is obviously the question with him. But sorry, if he can stay healthy, he is he is a dangerous weapon, and especially with all the motion they're going to, all the pre-snap motion they're going to have when you've got Hill rolling out and Waddle rolling out, and he gets a bit of he's explosive. So I see it as Edmonds 1A, Mostert 1B, and then behind that, I mean, it was nice to see Gaskin get some good runs last night. It was Michelle again, like he's been brought in on the goal line stuff, which maybe that's the plan they have for him. Ahmed is looking really, really twitchy as well, which is good to see. So we've got so much depth there. I mean, Jared Dokes is unfortunately he's in a situation where he's in a team with so many good backs. I mean, he's going to be waived, and if he doesn't get claimed, he'll be back in the practice squad. But I mean, it's just another really strong unit that we've got, and people have been saying that the back room isn't fixed, and I don't understand how you can say that when you've got that talent in the room. But yeah, obviously it comes down to the O-line as well, and it's good to see the push they were getting and the scheme. The scheme is so important. As I said, you can give me the ball at running back, and if there's a good O-line in front of me, I'll get those 3 or 4 yards you need me to get. I mean, it's so important, the scheme, and McDaniel's come from a long line of people who scheme a great running game. So it'd be fun to see the Dolphins being actually able to run the ball, to run the clock down when we need to. So yeah, I'm excited about the running game.
But I was watching the game, Kadeem, and my panic meter was on a 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10. And I'm like, I feel like the scheme should produce running backs, right? And the way we ran the ball this last game, preseason game, is the way I thought we should have ran the ball in the previous 2 preseason games. Just off of scheme alone, you have the lineman in there, you have whoever's at running back. DraftKings Jason is at running back. We should have some positive yards. I think we had 50 yards that one day, and 40 acres and a Hellcat went off for 20, and Skylar Thompson went off for 25. So we only had, don't make me do math on the show. I forgot how many yards I said we had. You know what I'm saying? But we only had 5 other yards outside of those 2 rushes. So I'm like, nah, man, we need more running attempts. I want to see the line operate in preseason. Not only was the line good in the running game, bro, the pockets were good, bro. The pockets were solid. And I know at some point we're going to talk about Skylar Thompson. And what are we doing? Are we going to keep three quarterbacks on the roster? There's no more to look at. What's the word, Kadeem? How are we going to play the Skylar Thompson thing?
Oh, it's really interesting. I think he had another, good to great, preseason game. There's a few things where, so it's funny. Prior to the game, people were saying it's going to be Skylar Thompson v. Reed Sinnett, which is like the ultimate preseason quarterback. Hold
on, I got to stop you, Kadeem. You spoke up Reed Sinnett. You was like, unless Reed Sinnett comes out and plays quarterback, and he showed up for the other team. Like, oh, we got a Reed Sinnett sighting. Did you know Reed Sinnett was on the Eagles?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Because but again, there was a running joke on social media. It was like, Reed Sinnett played so good in preseason that people wanted him to start over Tua. So now you got the situation against the Eagles where it's going to be Reed Sinnett, the guy people want to start over Tua, against Skylar Thompson, the guy people want to start over Tua. So, it was kind of funny going into it. And I think there's a few throws in which Skylar Thompson was, I'm not going to say reckless, but I was like, okay, dude, like I think there's the touchdown to Hunter Long, which Hunter Long probably dropped, where Thompson kind of like pump fakes, and then as he's falling backwards, throws, and Hunter Long died like it's a Madden game, catches it. I'm like, that's a fantastic catch, like fair play. And I was like, in a regular season game, dude, don't do that, because that's going back for 6. And it's like,
hold on, I gotta be fair. That play in particular, to be fair, or to be clear, Hunter Long dropped a touchdown before that. He dropped the touchdown, and it got called OPI, even though it wasn't OPI, but he dropped that touchdown. So this one was a redemption touchdown that he catches. And if you look at the play, him and Eric Ezukama bump into each other. Like someone runs the wrong route, and the timing on the play is off. While Skylar Thompson is falling back and throws it off his back foot to the pylon, the timing of the route was already banged up, and he still threw it. and Hunter Long didn't even come out of his break. It looked like it was going to be a pick six waiting. Hunter Long comes out of nowhere, dives, catches it, and does everything you said he did. But I did want to be fair that Eric Ezukanma bumped into him on the route.
Yeah, no, yeah, and yeah, it's a valid thing to bring up. It's yeah, Skylar Thompson. I've seen a lot of projected 53-man rosters, but Skylar Thompson is on the roster because it's like he's too good to now let go. And I believe it was 5 Yard League. He was kind of like, yeah, Thompson's looking good, but also he's looking good against, vanilla defenses in the NFL, guys who, basically would have played their last NFL game on Saturday or that, the NFL career will basically be these 3 games. And you have no idea what he's going to look like against a starting NFL defense when the opposition have schemed against him, all that kind of stuff. And that could be part of the thinking where, like, Skylar Thompson being good, however, not so good that actually, if we cut him to bring back to the practice squad, he's going to get snapped up. So, shout out to LB. He asked if a team offered a 4th right now for Skylar Thompson, would you take it? Me personally, I'm gonna say no. I know people will take the 4th. For me, it's like the Dolphins right now, a 4th does nothing for us. If they was offering, I don't know, a dependable corner or offensive lineman, that probably would make it, because Skylar Thompson, for how well he looked in preseason, you have no idea actually if he's just going to be another Reed Sinnett or, insert preseason quarterback here right now. So I think he makes the 53-man roster. I wouldn't accept a 4 for him because I'd probably accept a play or something like that. But no, Skylar Thompson has done enough, in my opinion, to warrant a place, at least in the 53-man roster for the Dolphins. What do you think, Charlie? Or Jason, whoever wants to.
Yeah, let's go to Jason first. I'll button it up.
Yeah, so I've seen some reports today that looks like McDaniel hinted that he has made the team. I think it's just a unique situation where, because he's a 7th round pick and he's playing well, the expectations were so low, so he's exceeded expectations, so everyone's excited by it. If he was a 1st round pick, everyone would be like, yeah, he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, or 2nd round pick even. So I think there's a bit of rose-tinted glasses where he wasn't expected to be anything. So anything he did that wasn't throwing picks or throwing incompletions was going to get emphasised. And I think we spoke about it last time on the show. If Tua didn't have his injuries worries that he had last year, then there would be a lot more chatter about Bridgewater getting cut and us saving the money and using that money elsewhere and having Skylar as the backup. But with those injury concerns, with Teddy's experience, Skylar makes his team as a number 3. They keep him for a year. If he carries on improving and showing his ability in camp, then he will be the backup to Tua next year. That's how I see it. Going to the question, would I accept a 4th? No, because with a 4th, could you get a good backup quarterback, which is where he's angling to be for next year. But yeah, if you could strengthen our team for this season, then yeah, he'd be gone. So that's where I am.
Here's where I'm at. And something we say all the time on this podcast, there's multiple directions you can take to get to the desired address. And what I mean by that is you don't just have to have a great defense to win the Super Bowl, or you don't have to have an elite quarterback to win the Super Bowl. It helps for sure, right? But there's multiple directions you can take to win the Super Bowl. With that being said, there's no wrong way to eat a Reese's. Reese's, holla at us. You know what I'm saying? There's no wrong answer here. So I would not take a 4th. Well, actually, I'm lying. I would take a 4th. You guys said you wouldn't take a 4th. You value him as a backup quarterback more than you value a 4th round pick, which I 100% understand. And even to your point, Jason, it hits even harder when you say, are you going to find a backup quarterback for a 4th round pick? Excuse me. So here's where I'm at. This is the model. Now, we don't have to follow the model at all. We could break the mold. We can not take this 4th round pick or a 4th round pick and have Skylar Thompson as our backup. But here's what I'm saying: if Skylar Thompson is on this roster this season as a third quarterback, he 100% will either be the backup next year or he's going to get traded next year. That's one of the two. There's no other. That's it. Like, he's going to be the quarterback. There's not going to be another Teddy Bridgewater's not going to get extended. We're not going to bring in whoever backup quarterback you want to bring in. He's going to be the backup quarterback. It's going to be two quarterbacks on the roster. He's going to be the quarterback, and we're going to save $6 million on the cap so we don't have to bring in an established backup. Cool. Here's why, and if you look at it, here's why I'm taking a fourth, or at least a fourth. Back in the day, everyone knew Brett Favre wasn't going anywhere. So they kept having to bring in backups for Brett Favre, backups for Brett Favre, backup for Brett Favre. And that backup was always the most coveted backup in the league. And they always got traded for something. And then they brought up a new backup, and then they kept flipping the backups. Flip the backup, flip the backup, flip the backup. If we can make it there, I'm feeling it. I love it. So same thing with the Patriots. We brought up the Patriots before, where they had people behind 12. They had Ryan Mallett, traded them. What's the Castle? Traded them. Jimmy Garoppolo, the most famous of all the backups, traded him for a 2, I think, right? Was it a 2 for Jimmy Garoppolo?
I believe so, yeah.
Jacoby Brissett traded him, right? So if we could get to the point, and I remember when we drafted him, and everybody was like, why did we draft a quarterback? Oh, he's gonna be you know what I'm saying? So, and what I told you, Kadeem, was this is exactly why you play a lotto ticket. All you did was put $1 on the ticket, and this ticket just won you $900, basically. You know what I'm saying? You didn't hit the lotto and you didn't win $1 million. You didn't do that, right? You didn't hit the 12. You know what I'm saying? You didn't do that. But you played $1 on this lotto ticket, and it just brought back $900 instantly. So now you take this lotto ticket and Skylar Thompson, the 7th round pick, and you flip them, and then you try to do it again next year. And we did that with Brad Daugherty before. He's from Davie. Shout out to Brad. And I think that's his name, Brad Daugherty, right? With Adam Gase. It was Daugherty.
I thought it was Matt, but
no. So we just throwing names out there now. Matt, Brad. This is
okay.
bad.
So
we can get canceled.
No, it's because Matt Doherty plays football for Tottenham Hotspur. So I knew, that's why I knew there was a Matt and a Doherty. That's 100% my fault. But
why you look it up? Why you look it up? We tried this the same thing with Daugherty. We had Tannehill at quarterback. Adam Gase drafted a quarterback. I thought it was 7th round, maybe 6th or 7th round. He didn't pan out. Cool. Actually, he did. He was all right, but he wasn't on Skylar Thompson's level. So if you look around the league, there are a couple quarterbacks. There's another one I can't remember who's doing pretty good. There's another late round pick that's doing pretty good right now. And that's what you do. You play lotto tickets late and see what happens. And this is where we are with Skylar Thompson. Do I think he's going to be a starter, like of a franchise? Do I think he's going to be a franchise quarterback? Absolutely not. There's only 20 of those in the NFL, and there's 32 teams. So he won't be a franchise quarterback, but he'll be one of the 64 quarterbacks in the NFL. So that's why we have we'll hold on to him, see when someone says, hey, we want to get a better look at Skylar. And then we say, all right, the conversation starts at a 4th round pick. Hopefully you can get more than that, but I'll be happy with a 4th.
Yeah, like before I pass on to Jason, I do understand the logic. You know, it's you drafted the guy for 7th, and 3 months later, someone's offering you a 4th. Like, why would you say no to that? I guess in a roundabout Kadeem way, which I always do things, you could easily turn that 4th and a pick you got already into a new center or whatever it is. My whole thing was that if I'm going to trade him now, I'd rather get the player straight away. But that doesn't mean, the Dolphins can't say, yeah, the 4th we're about to get, we're going to send it out. Before it even hits our inbox, it's already sent out to another team. You're already in the negotiations. It's one of those things where I think a lot of teams will look at him and kind of say, yeah, he had a really great preseason, but we can't, we have no idea what it's going to be like against, like I said, NFL starters. And plus, and this isn't me knocking Tua or anything like that, but this Shanahan system, which, Mike McDaniel's now running as well, I guess. The whole thing about the system is that quarterbacks look great in it. Like, that's why Jimmy G is to this day still talking about, potentially going to the Browns and being their starter. So it's great that Sky Thompson looks great in this system with these players and stuff like that. You take him out of what we're now going to call the Mike McDaniel system, and everyone will be like, dude, there's a reason this guy went in the 7th round. Like, so it's going to be interesting. What do you make of that, Jason?
Yeah, I mean, it will be interesting. It's a good point you make about Jimmy G there, because when he first played at the end of that season for San Fran and went unbeaten for a load of games and got the big money, is he a talent worthy of that money? No. Was he in the scheme that really emphasised his attributes? Yes, and he got paid for it, and fair play to him for that. And I mean, Jimmy G's a solid NFL starter, but he's not the money that he got paid after that spell. And that's one of the things that excites me about this season is we know to his attributes, and they, while not completely matching up with Jimmy G, that the attributes will be emphasised by this offense, and that's only going to see him thrive. And he's not going to be slinging the ball 80 yards down the field off his back foot scrambling, but he's going to keep getting it. It was actually Travis Wingfield, I think, I was listening to, and he said all through camp, all we kept seeing was these 15-yard gains to Sherfield, Craycraft, Wilson, all these 15-yard gains, 15-yard gains, 15-yard gains. And that's going to be our offense this year. And we're going to keep moving the chains, keep moving the ball. And it's going to make Tua look great. And it's going to make the team look great. And I'm excited for that. But I said maybe Skylar's been an example of a QB-friendly offense.
So Craycraft 400. You already know Craycraft 400. That's the name. That's his nickname, Craycraft 400. But there's not enough positions on the team for this man to make the team. So Craycraft probably won't make the team because, again, if you bring in Skylar Thompson, you're taking away a piece from another position. Are you gonna? So what, you keep 4 running backs? If you keep Skylar Thompson, do you keep 3? Because in essence, that's what you do with some other positions. So we'll move on to corner or DB. Are you gonna cut one of your deep corners because Skylar Thompson's on the roster? So that's what the Dolphins have to tackle. That's the issue they have to wrestle with right now. And we're not gonna get canceled, by the way, because apparently Matt Doherty is a soccer player and Brad Doherty is a basketball player. But the Doherty we were talking about is Brandon Doherty.
I was literally going to say that, yeah.
So we're solid here. At least we were in the neighborhood. We weren't just pulling names out the clouds. So Brandon Doherty was a 7th round pick in the Gase era, in the Adam Gase era. So yeah, man, Preston Williams not making no cases for this team, is he? Muffin punts, dropping passes, not a good look, is it?
So for those who haven't been paying attention, it would have been before the first preseason game, like during one of the training camps, Preston Williams basically spoke to media and said that he's not getting any opportunities in this Miami Dolphins offense. He's unhappy, believes he's not getting a fair chance, all that kind of stuff. So I'm watching the game back. Preston Williams on kick returns, ball in the air. I don't know what he's doing. It's like he doesn't step into the catch, hits his fingers.
I think he's seen the pressure coming down on him, and I think he didn't want to catch it the way he's supposed to catch it. I think he was trying to avoid a tackle that wasn't even as close as he thought it was, and then he didn't have his concentration. His focus wasn't there. Yeah.
So the first thing that came to mind was, the start of Eminem 8 Mile. If you have I don't even know the correct saying because it's Kadeem. That's what I do. I'm not even going to butcher, the lyrics. But basically, if you have one opportunity, would you capture it or let it slip? And Preston Williams... Preston Williams basically completely let it slip. Like, the Eagles weren't in the game. Like, there could have been a legit opportunity to shut out the Eagles. The Eagles' basically only touchdown comes from a muffed kick return, which they managed to get back, and you can see Preston Williams just like, yeah, that's it. I'm done. To the point where I don't think the Dolphins can ship him for a pick. I think teams would be like, we'll take him off waivers, but I'm not spending a pick on this guy.
I'm not gonna lie, Kadeem. You were the only person who thought we could get a pick for him. Like, and they used to come at us in the comments on YouTube about that. We're not getting a pick for Preston Williams. Like, I didn't think so either. I was just gonna let you take all the bullets. Hey,
I think when he started talking, and I was more looking at teams like the Chicago Bears, who were just in dire need of a wide receiver, and if your boy Chris Greer could have worked some magic and brought something back, pretty much, yeah.
That's crazy.
But yeah, Preston Williams was a guy who, maybe he didn't get the opportunities to shine. However, when you're in that situation, dude, you have to make the most of it. Braylon Saunders, Eric Ezukama, I feel like every single wide receiver who saw the field during the preseason game done something to warrant, making the team. We spoke about Jared Dokes earlier, who I don't think I remember seeing him at all this preseason. But yeah, against the Eagles, in the limited snaps that he saw, I was like, Jared Dokes has shown up. And Preston Williams just did not show up this preseason. What do you make of that, Jason?
Yeah, to be honest, I think Preston Williams' time was done when he came out in that press conference and said what he said about not getting opportunities. That's a conversation you have with the head coach in a private room, and then you hope that conversation leads to you getting opportunities. But he lost Mike McDaniel's respect when he did that. Probably lost a lot of respect from his teammates, and that's probably why he was back returning a punt and muffing it, because that's all they see him as. And he's gone. He just unfortunate, because at times he has shined. At times he's shown he's got good hands. He's a good talent, but he's not good enough to.
Yeah, I don't know about them hands though, boss. I don't know about how good them hands are. My bad. Go ahead, bro.
But yeah, regardless, he went after that press conference, so that was him done. But it's quite interesting you say about Dokes performing last night, and you say about all these receivers that have shown up every week. Are these really good players, or are they players that have been put into a scheme and put in a position where they can look good? Which again is what excites me about this, because you've got players who are league veterans who haven't ever lit up the league, and that they're looking good because the scheme is allowing them to look good. Jared Dokes, for whatever he is, he's a practice squad running back, maybe a depth player, and he can go and average 6 yards a carry. And again, we go back to that scheme, and that's what the most exciting part about this season is, because not only do we have that scheme, we've got a load of playmakers as well. So yeah, it's exciting times.
Exactly why I thought we should have been running a lot more during the preseason, a lot better during the preseason. Hey, Kadeem, punch the I'm gonna go into the fantasy football. You could go into the giveaways. So we appreciate everyone who has reached out to us for fantasy football. We had it's not even a raffle. We just, we got a fantasy football league going on. It's the second annual Go Time Dolphins Fantasy Football League. We started last year. And everyone came in droves. Maybe not droves, but it's overwhelming, the support that we get in the fantasy football area. So for everyone who reached out to us, please check your emails. We're going to send out the link to the league. The league, the rules will be in the league and stuff like that. Only accept if you're serious. Please do not be a Kadeem Simmons where your team wins one game and you stop setting your roster. Please don't do that to us, right? So the winner of the Go Time Dolphins Fantasy Football League will win $300 and a Go Time Dolphins championship ring. Like, I'm talking about ring with your team name on it, and we send it to you. Good stuff, right? So everyone who reached out to us prior to this episode, please check your emails. You're going to get confirmation. You're going to get instructions on what to do and everything like that. You got something for the giveaways, Kadeem?
Yeah, 100%. So with the preseason now done, we know the Miami Dolphins record. So on the next episode, we will do the draw of the people who correctly guessed the Miami Dolphins preseason record. The winner of this draw will win a fit to size Javon Holland jersey. Friend of the podcast, Javon Holland, blessed us by coming on the podcast at the start of the year. So we are giving away a fit to size Javon Holland jersey. The winner will be announced on the next episode. We also have we definitely have one more giveaway. It was the 20. Whoa, not even got totally wrong. With Madden 20, no, my mind all over the place. I'm tired. I've barely slept. But we also have Madden 23 giveaway. And you can still enter this one, correctly guessing how many wide receivers the Miami Dolphins will carry on week 1 of the season. So, week 1 of the season, how many wide receivers will be on the Miami Dolphins active roster? So yeah, a lot of fun there, I guess. So it's going to be. This is why you should be part of the Go Time Dolphins team. Watching the show, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, a lot of Miami Dolphins giveaways. So yeah, anything else you want to add, Charlie?
Hey, Jason. So for anybody who hasn't caught the previous episodes, and we have new subscribers, appreciate you guys. And they see a DraftKings logo on your Avi. Can you tell the people what it is that you do, Jason?
Sure. Yeah, I'm a US sports trader at DraftKings, mainly focus on NFL. The fact I'm a Dolphins fan has nothing to do with it, unfortunately. but yeah, so we price up all the prop markets on DraftKings, all the season-long markets, and we manage all the week-to-week game stuff as well.
So we didn't know what we wanted to, we didn't want to put you on the spot the first couple of times you were on the podcast. So you telling me when you price the markets, you and a couple of other guys are the guys that say, hey, this is the prop bet we're going to come up with and we're going to put it out there. How's that work?
Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of it's based on what's going to get attention. So lots of big name guys. There's a lot of background stuff that goes into the lines we put out, but basically our job is to put out a line that gets equal money on the over and the under. So that's our job. So if you come to me and say, I don't know where to bet that line, then I've done my job right.
So you're telling me, Jason, I can make a 2 Shades Tour ticket right now, or the Go Time Gamble of the Year, and say, let's go with Tua with 3,800 yards passing, over 25 and a half touchdowns, and the Dolphins have over 10 and a half wins. You could put that on DraftKings for us.
Yeah, I'll get that. That'll be up for you tomorrow.
The 2 Shades Tour ticket, the Go Time Gamble. I like it, bro. Hey, we rock with Jason from DraftKings, man. Y'all need to rock with us at Go Time Dolphins. Listen, Jason, we appreciate you coming on. We're about to go on the bonus time. Y'all know what time it is. Stay positive. Test negative. For Jason from DraftKings, Kadeem Simmons, I'm Charlie Touche. Thank you for tuning in this time. Make sure you catch us next time on Go Time. Already.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Don't waste no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time.
Bro, are you serious, bro? Like, that's a real thing?
Yeah. I'll put that in my phone now. And tomorrow, I'll start working about 9 hours.
Yeah.
First thing I do, I'll get that out for you.
So what we going 3,500 or 3,800 yards over?
Over 3,800 passing.
Yep.
Over, was it over
25 and a half?
24 and a half or 25 and a half?
Let's do 25 and a half. Let's go for the gusto.
Over 25 passing TDs.
And over 10 and a half wins.
over 10.5 wins.
Hey, listen, how am I not gonna bet on my own Tuesday's tour ticket? I'm putting down, and I'm gonna bring it up on a whatever episode we get it up on. Whenever Jason's able to put it up on DraftKings, I'm gonna screenshot it and show the fans. Kadeem, I wish you was a part of this.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not a betting person. Like, I can't do it. I genuinely can't do it.
You know, that's a perfect segue, Kadeem, that you're not a betting person. Because had you bet on Trey Flowers being a Dolphin, you would have lost.
Yeah.
So the Miami Dolphins signed Trey Flowers, and we're about to make our cuts. So what does that tell you, Kadeem?
I don't know if someone on the defensive line / edge rushing unit hasn't, come along the way that they would like, or I don't know if it's just a matter of, there's someone out there who they just couldn't afford to not bring in. He's not the Trey Flowers who joined Detroit, where the Dolphins were highly interested in signing him then. But he clearly has something which the Dolphins liked after they brought him in, and liked him enough to basically chuck him on the roster. I don't know. We haven't seen his contract details right now, but listen, if Mike McDaniel and the coaching staff believe that he can bring something to this Miami Dolphins team, then I don't have to like it because, like I said, I wanted offensive line help, corner help. We'll get to that, very shortly. But yeah, it's an interesting pickup and one which when we first brought in Trey Flowers, I did not see coming. What about you, Jason?
Yeah, I think the key point here is he's not going to make the team worse. He's a good experienced guy. He's a depth guy. If Van Ginkel's appendix surgery isn't recovered in time for the first couple of weeks, then he'll be a good addition and a good rotational guy. As I said, I haven't seen the contract yet, but I imagine they've just strengthened an already strong unit, which, as you said, I mean, there's probably other needs, but if you can get an experienced guy who's had success in the league, then I don't see it as a bad thing.
Yeah, man. I just felt like if there's someone on the roster that he's better than and the price makes sense, if it's not over a few million a year, then yeah, let's do it. We have money to bring him in. He's not going to be on the roster next season. This is just a one-year thing. Every position has to get better, even if it's just by that much more. Even if it's just by a little bit more, why are we not doing everything that we have to do to win? Someone just lost a roster spot. And if you ask me, this was already a thing. This was a conversation that had to happen weeks ago because he's a vet. He's like, yeah, but I'm not playing in camp. You know what I'm saying? Y'all sign me up. You know what I got. And then I'm going to come in like that.
It's funny. What I say it's funny. There was a sighting on Saturday, one I didn't expect to see given how the season's gone, pre-season's gone so far. But there was a good rep and a good pass breakup by Noah Igbinoghene, and I was like, oh, snap. Like, well done, Noah. You made the NFL. You've done something productive. It was good to see. But we mentioned this other person. So one, I thought we had to kind of at least mention it because well done to Noah. He gets a lot of slack from Miami Dolphins fans.
From you, Kadeem, as well.
Dude, I believe I've been quite defending of. Don't give me that look.
I'm always the one trying to bring you back in. Like, bro, vibe.
I'm not even gonna debate that. Like, that's I strongly disagree, but is what it is. But I think is it Elijah Campbell had himself a?
Hey, he looks like a cornerback, bro. Hey, remember, you know how I feel about posture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like his posture says, I am a football player. I know how to play this position. And in all honesty, that's not Noah's posture. His posture doesn't look the same. You know what I'm saying? And Campbell has posture. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to co-sign him, but if he makes a team, I can see why.
Yeah, I think Elijah Campbell, that pick six, and especially like the way he finished it as well. Not only did he, pick the ball off, he ran hard, and he was like, again, it's one of those things where this could be his last chance to make the roster. Getting interception is one thing, great, well done. but can you finish? And he was like, he turned into prime like Jerome Bettis. He was like, dude, get off me. Like, you're not stopping me. I am making the end zone. So shout out to Elijah Campbell for doing that. But also shout out to Hunter Long. Obviously had that dropped touchdown. But also, you know, fair play. So yeah, Hunter Long looked productive, and again, that's what we want to see from guys in pre-season. Definitely, you know, we can't be angry at that. Jason, what do you make of, you know, Hunter Long, Noah, Elijah Campbell?
Yeah. Who should we start with? Let's start with Noah. He's going to make the team. Injuries have forced the hand. If it was there to be forced the hand that he's going to be kept on the team. Whatever your opinions of him, I don't think he has a good enough football brain to be a good corner in this league. But it was a good pass breakup, and let's hope that something clicks, something gets there for him. But Elijah Campbell, I said this is someone on the opposite scale. He has good instincts, he has good traits. He jumped the ball well on the pick six, and I like the way that he didn't just run out of bounds with the ball. He wanted to get that pick six, and obviously we threw him into the end zone. So again, someone with upside and someone else who make the team. Hunter Long has been a really interesting one. There was lots of rumours about him going missing for 2 camps in a row now. No chat about him. Obviously, last year he got hurt after a promising start and then disappeared off the face of the earth. And it seems like we're just seeing him now. I think in this scheme he can be good. He can be used in this scheme well. So it's good to see him get some targets. And I'm sure he will get regular season targets as well this season. So I think out of those 3, I think the most promising, exciting one would be Hunter Long. I think he's someone that we will see playing downs in the regular season.
Hey, you got something else, Kadeem?
Yeah, just I messed up slightly with the giveaways. So next episode will not be the Javon Holland jersey giveaway. It will be the first of the Madden 23 giveaways. And yeah, that will be for the people who correctly predicted the Miami Dolphins preseason record. There's still time to enter the Javon Holland jersey giveaway. And to win that, all you have to do is email your jersey size to gotimedolphins@gmail.com. Once again, email your jersey size to gotimedolphins@gmail.com. And there's also time to enter the second Madden 23 giveaway. Email, I said it earlier, but email again, gotimedolphins@gmail.com with how many wide receivers you think the Miami Dolphins will carry on week 1 of the NFL season.
Hey, Jason, close this out. What's something to look for as far as a Dolphins bet goes on DraftKings? Give us something. Close us out with a bet to go look at.
Okay, so it's something that you've mentioned in your Touche pick with the Tua over 3,800. I think Tua is going to get a lot of easy yards this year. He's going to get. We've got a lot of yak guys. The scheme likes yak. So I think when I projected Tua's yards for the season, I was a bit higher than the line we have out, and I was nudged down and down by public opinion of Tua. Obviously, the line we put out. If I go and I think Tua's going to get 4,500 passing yards this season. If I went and put out 4,500 passing yards, we'd have everyone bet the unders.
For sure.
I think he's a solid 260 yard a game guy. I'm buying Tua this year. I don't think the market is correct. I know it sounds silly me saying that because I set the market as such, but I've also got to be cautious of public opinion. So I don't think that with the scheme change, Tua's had enough respect. So I'd be buying Tua. So taking the Tua over passing yards, I prefer that than taking Tyreek or Waddle or Gesicki or Wilson because we don't know where this target share is going to go yet. So I'm buying Tua.
Tua. Y'all get on it with me.